Now, those protests are having a ripple effect here in Toronto as well. And we go now to our Faiza Amin, who is in Yonge and Dundas Square tonight, where the core is looking a little bit different. Faiza, many businesses preparing for more protests this weekend.
Janella, some of those businesses, including Shoppers Drug Mart here, have boarded up their storefronts for the last couple of days in anticipation of a reported protest. And across the street, if you can see right now, stacks of plywood in front of the Toronto Eaton Centre. There are a number of stores operating. They're allowed to operate because they're at street level, but we're seeing these stacks. Perhaps they will be going up to cover the storefronts here at the Toronto Eaton Centre. You have H&M over there, as well as Samsung. Now we're seeing this same unfamiliar feel to Yonge Street north of Yonge and Dundas here, as police are anticipating a protest and they are anticipating crowds this weekend. Stores along Yonge and Dundas began boarding up their windows a few days ago. The same for stores just north of the intersection, all the way to Bloor. In Yorkville, big box chains including Nordstrom and Winners have also boarded up their storefronts. Police say they have lots of information regarding a protest that's expected to take place this weekend. But the police chief says he's not divulging details on who is behind the rally and why there are concerns.
Every protest we've had to date has been peaceful, so I can tell you that through my frontline officers, the vast majority of people that have gone to the protests in the city of Toronto have been peaceful. There's a lot of passion, there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of hope. And I hope that as Torontonians, we continue to do that. And the other aspect that I've seen, a lot of the members that are at the protest have self-regulated those that were asked, that were showing up and had a different agenda.
And this past weekend, Not Another Black Life organized a peaceful rally in support of Regis Korchinski-Paquette, the High Park woman who fell to her death during a police interaction. The circumstances surrounding her death are currently being investigated by the police watchdog. City News reached out to the group, who said they are not planning or involved in another protest in Toronto this weekend. Both police and the downtown Yonge BIA say they have not given shops directives to board up their windows.
Based on the information that we've received from a credible source, we've been able to pass that information on to members. And members have to mitigate their own risk based on potential damage to their property.
So still some questions that remain unanswered this evening, in addition to who is organizing this protest. We don't exactly know when this protest is taking place. It could be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. The police chief has not indicated anyways. I also asked the police chief if he's expecting rivaling rallies or dueling protests this weekend, as we have seen in previous years. He did not provide a response to that. So we continue to stay on the story. As we've been telling you, these boarded up storefronts here at Yonge and Dundas, north of Yonge and Dundas. We also saw a couple, one or two stores on Church, boarding up their fronts.